What's up, guys? I'm Tim, and thanks a lot for checking out my sports focus here on YouTube. And let me just start off by saying it's that time of year. Pitchers and catchers are starting to report today. Time to talk baseball. That's what I love most. So let's hop right into it. My first baseball video in terms of the entire league is going to be about my favorite team, the Chicago Cubs, which are known for two things, being the lovable losers and the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Hopefully in the next couple seasons they're going to be known for much more than that, as there is a great class of prospects coming up through the Cubs farm system, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Strap in, Cubs fans. It's going to be a great couple years to come. Not this season. There's still some development to be done, but starting in 2015 with a competitive team on the field, I think Cubs fans are in for a very nice treat. Alright guys, so let's start off talking about the Cubs' #1 prospect in 2014. That is shortstop Javier Baez. Although we're not sure when he comes up to the big leagues whether he's going to get a shot at shortstop, second base, third base, or what have you. There is some issues in the Cubs organization with a surplus of infielders, but that's coming off of a 2012 thumb injury. Scouts were really worried about what he was going to be able to do in 2013, and it did not affect him at all. He was second in all of minor league baseball with 37 home runs, and he was first in all of minor league baseball with 111 RBIs and 75 extra base hits. Again, this guy can flat out hit. Scouts say that he does not have to square up a baseball to hit it out of the park like guys like Castro or Rizzo. This guy can miss the ball a little bit and still get it out of the ballpark. This guy has raw power, and on a scale of 0 to 80, the scouts are actually giving him somewhere in the 70 to 75 point range in power. That's phenomenal, especially at the shortstop position. That puts him in the likes of guys like Hanley Ramirez. That is an incredible feature to have at the shortstop position, a guy that can compare in a power category like Hanley Ramirez and Troy Tulowitzki. Truly a good power. One thing that scouts do worry about with this guy, though, is that he does tend to drift a little bit. He has a big leg kick getting into his loading position, which does worry scouts a little bit at the major league level, along when you couple that with average pitch recognition. So they do have some things to work on him still with, but there's a high upside to this guy. Next up on the list is Kris Bryant. Kris Bryant, of course, is the Cubs' coveted 2013 first-round draft pick. This guy, I know I said about Baez, but this guy might actually turn out to be a better major league all-around player when you also take into consideration defense. He's a third baseman by trade, but this is a guy who could end up in the outfield, especially if he's on the fast track to the big leagues like a lot of scouts have him. We might see this guy in a Cubs uniform as early as the All-Star break of this upcoming 2014 season. That would be amazing, because scouts are predicting this guy start to finish in a 162-game full-length season to be a 40-a-year home run guy. So swing-wise, he tends to get a little bit uphill sometimes, but it's something he's been working on, and it led to him being one of the top hitters in all of NCAA baseball last year, and in the minors he got off to a great start as well in his small sample size. But this is a guy the Cubs fans look forward to, because he'll be one of the few upsides to this upcoming 2014 season, as he probably has a pretty good chance to being on the fast track to Major League Baseball. Again, whether it's at third base or right field or left field, we don't know, but it's a guy, what scouts say, have more of a Jason Worth body type, as he's tall and lanky, and it brings up some concerns at the hot corner over at third base. So this is a guy who could end up in the outfield with a plus arm over at third base. They said it translates well into the outfield. He's a guy who throws frozen ropes, who can get the job done defensively, good fielding skills, good mechanics on offense and defense. This is a guy who has a big upside as long as he can stay healthy. Next up, we got CJ Edwards. This guy is one lanky baseball player. He's a right-handed pitcher, and he was the centerpiece of the trade that sent Matt Garza to the Texas Rangers last season. He was really the key piece that got that deal going. The Cubs received him because they love what he brings to the table. One downside, and things that kind of scare the Cubs a little bit, is the fact that he's 6'2" and only 155 pounds the last time that he was weighed in publicly. They really need him to bulk up a little bit because that will improve his durability in the long haul. He does bring a mid-90s, when I say mid-90s, I mean 93 to 96 mile an hour fastball with some riding life on it, which scouts give a plus pitch. Also, his other plus pitch is a mid to upper 70s curveball that just drops out of the zone, and scouts really fell in love with that pitch specifically. That put him a little bit on the radar last season and really made this trade what it was. He features an average slider that he can use late in counts to get guys to chase out of the zone, but he doesn't use it as much as scouts would like to see him use it. And he uses a changeup even left, but that actually proved well, as opponents only hit 175 against his changeup because he uses it so sparingly that it catches hitters off guard. One guy that I'm going to bring up really fast and just throw it out there is Jorge Soler. If you have not seen a clip of Jorge Soler hitting the baseball, I'm telling you, open another tab right now and look up some footage of Jorge Soler hitting the baseball. He looks vicious. If you think Prince Fielder and Yoenis Cespedes look vicious hitting the baseball, take a look at Jorge Soler's swing, because this guy can flat out mash. Alright guys, this guy I saved for the end, his name is Albert Almora. Got to see him play a lot in King County, and this guy is an all-around baseball player. He's not the best in any one category, but he's not quite the jack of all trades. He's not all right at everything. He is good or slightly above average at everything. This guy's got slightly above average home run power. He's primarily a center fielder. He can play anywhere in the outfield, but he'll probably end up in center field. This guy, I don't even know where to start with him. He doesn't have the best speed. He's got average, slightly above average speed, but he has some of the best baseball instincts that scouts have seen in quite some time. They say that this guy gets the best jumps on the baseball in the outfield as anybody in baseball right now. He plays great defense. He's got an above average arm, as well as that arm being very accurate. And at the plate, he does employ a little bit of a leg kick, but it's natural, on rhythm, and on time, and he hits the ball. He's got a no-ego approach, is what scouts say, a no-ego approach, meaning that he's willing to do whatever it takes at the plate for the team, meaning putting down bunts, hitting the ball to the opposite field, advancing runners any way possible. He's a no-ego guy. He's not worried about his own stats. He's got great baseball instincts. He's a great guy in the clubhouse. This guy is underrated, and for that reason I feel like he'll make a good jump to the big leagues, because he doesn't have all the attention that Chris Bryant and even guys like Baez and Alcantara get with a little bit of attention. This guy kind of flies under the radar, and for that reason I'm going to say this is a sleeper for when he does eventually make it to the big leagues. This guy can have a huge impact for the Cubs. I think 2016 is the first year that the Cubs get back into the playoffs, but watch for them to be pretty competitive in 2015 as well, as we start to see some of the guys that I talked about come up into the big leagues. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you could, hit that thumbs up button. It helps my channel out a lot, as well as subscribe. It's completely free if you haven't already. Also, share this video with any family or friends that you have that are into sports. I'm really excited about some of these baseball videos I'm going to be putting out, so stay tuned for that. Really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching.